The risk of seeking for spiritual euphoric experiences, or perhaps the risk of constantly looking for something spiritual, yet you feel like in this place of avoidance. And now sometimes we can experience like a creative inspiration or an insight or an impulse just when we do everything from our day-to-day things with something with attention and intention, and become really mindful of what it is that we're currently doing at the moment. But of course we're not really designed or programmed like that, because we are always kind of like wandering around in our own mind with our own goals, desires, dreams, to-do list, what it is that we should be doing for the day, and everything like that, trying to grab a sense of control over what it is that we want to do. And sometimes it's just go and jump in a car and go somewhere and give yourself some time to reflect on everything, on life, your purpose, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your career, all of that. Now, before we know it, there's something that I really want to stress out, is that what I've noticed over the last few years is that my sensitivity has increased quite a lot. Doing the spiritual practice, meditation, energy healing, all of that. Getting rid of specific kind of things, aligning myself more with myself. Eventually what I started to notice is that coping with the old way of things are working in the world, I just couldn't really deal with it. In the sense of that my sensitivity wasn't really working in a line with how most people are living the life. And to be quite frank, most people live the life in quite unhealthy ways. They always have some sort of another way of distracting themselves, doing some sort of an activity that is actually quite harmful. And as high sensitives, we want to avoid that at all cost. We want to be more spiritual. We want to align with our creativity, with our inspirations, our insights, and all of that beautiful things. But before we know it, we can fall in the trap, in the spiritual trap of avoidance. Avoiding that we actually must face in order to, let's say, ground our spirituality, ground our creativity, ground our inspiration. Meaning that we need to build some sort of an infrastructure to allow ourselves to be creative, to be in our own zone, in our own flow. And I spoke about it in one of my last videos, ground your creativity, meaning that if you want to build your own life around creativity, let's say as a content creator, YouTuber, blogger, perhaps as a healer, coach, or whatever, you gotta find a way to sustain yourself, so you don't have to go to the things that drains you the most, how most people are living their life, where our sensitivity and our human nature is not really, it's not really meant for us. But then of course there's not always that seeking for spiritual euphoric experiences that just doesn't really seem to last in our day-to-day life, as we're constantly dealing with mundane, repetitive things. Now, many of our intuitive sensitives, empaths, many of us, we choose to work from home, to do our own stuff and everything. But when you work from home, you gotta be faced with a whole lot of other set of challenges. Like you gotta wake up in the morning, make your bed, start your practice, do everything what you need to do. Create some sort of a routine, a discipline. And as creatives, we constantly have new ideas, new projects, new inspirations we want to work on. Like, yeah, this should be cool as well. Yeah, I can do that as well. Oh, I should be doing that. And once we start doing it, after 30 minutes, we got bored doing it. And then we think about another idealistic endeavor of what should be done or what could be done. But then we're not doing it because we're in a state of avoidance, of not wanting to face that what we have to face. So the real quick answer is like, hey, you know, we want to be more satisfied, we want to be more fulfilled. I think how more spiritual lines or whatever you want to call it, if you want to climb the vibrational ladder of ascension and consciousness and awakening and all of that, whatever you heard these days in our community, I think it becomes more essential to ground ourselves in our daily disciplines, in our daily routines, in our daily mundane things we got to work out. We got to build that platform. We got to go and build that website. We got to go and build our communities. We got to go and do keyword research for our YouTube videos to see what it is that people are looking for. We got to go and dig in the tools. We got to go and dig in the SEO and search engine optimizations, because otherwise no one is going to find us. We got to engage in these activities that everybody seems to have to engage in, but we don't really feel like doing because we're looking for some sort of a euphoric, idealistic view, including myself. But as we do that, as we do the things we don't feel like doing, and that's the tricky thing for our high sensitives, because we want to go with our feelings and our intuition and with the flow, and we want to stay in the creative zone, like me just making this video. And for so many years I've been just creating videos, barely bothered optimizing, do keyword research, and just place it on my YouTube channel. A few hundred videos later, and I'm still at the beginning of everything. And then seeking and searching for something that could sustain myself right now, here in this very moment, yet I'm avoiding that what I actually have to do. And then I continue to have that void, like I lack that fulfillment and satisfaction, or because I'm not doing what I should be doing in order to live the way I want to live. So we want to go up, but to do that we gotta go down. We gotta go down and do these base activities that is good for our root chakra. It's good for our sacral chakra. It's good for our solar plexus chakra, because that's the grounding energy we seek. If we work with that, then we can go up. Then we can get this. Then we can ground these insights, these inspirations, these creative impulses we have on a day-to-day basis. Because otherwise it's the point we live up there, up in the clouds, up in our head, like whatever it is that we could be doing or we should be doing. But no one is benefiting from that, including yourself, because you're not grounding it. You're not doing what you should be doing and what you're supposed to be doing. Like, build that platform, build that infrastructure to get your word out in the world, whether it's as a content creator, as a healer, as a coach, as a therapist, whatever, as an artist, as an entrepreneur. You gotta go and get it out, otherwise no one is going to benefit from your unique gifts, from your authenticity, from the value and solutions you want to offer to the world. And therefore you're not getting anything back in return either. And you continue to have that void that you're avoiding with distractions. Like, I have these distractions as well, like binge watching series. That's why I prefer not to watch series, because I've put on one episode, I gotta finish the whole season, because what's the point? Because that's the trick. Another thing is, you know, 1 hour playing a video game, that 1 hour turns into 6 hours. And I feel completely mentally drained and I don't feel like doing anything at all. And then we are so bombarded with the dopamine or with the sugars or whatever, with the instant things that gives us this artificial satisfaction, but yet it's like building a layer on top of that void, and we continue to have that void because we're avoiding that what we must face. We want to seek for spiritual alignment, then go through the void of doing the thing we don't feel like doing. And that's, including myself, I must commit to as well, pushing through, creating videos just like this. So, if you're up to it, then you know what to do. You gotta subscribe, give it a like, share your thoughts about this topic, and yes, I think everything becomes a little bit more grounding. Alright, see you in the next one. Take care for now.